Racing this time, and immediately Sibylline dropped out the back with Canadian Lynx, and Durham left best. Ben of War going up very quickly with Dandify third, Prince Brocco improving ground, and so too Fawadi wider out. Then Comet Dancer, Blue Cheetah, followed by Fearless Fred, then Magic Ruby, Sibylline, and last is Canadian Lynx. Past the 750 they travel, and Ben of War on the outside's got his nose in front of Durham. Fawadi in the third spot, followed on the inside by Prince Brocco, then Dandify, Comet Dancer wider out. Blue Cheetah over on the inside, and then Magic Ruby, Fearless Fred, Sibylline, and Canadian Lynx is last. Down past the 500 they travel. Durham and Ben of War stride for stride. Fawadi sitting a length third. Prince Brocco the inside, and then Comet Dancer followed by Dandify as they round the corner. And Ben of War a neck in front from Durham, a length Fawadi, followed by Prince Brocco, and now Dandify. Pulled to the outside by Larry Cassidy, and she's starting to run home well. Ben of War under extreme pressure. Dandify after Fawadi on the inside, Durham, and then Ben of War. It's Dandify, just the leader from Fawadi. Dandify, Fawadi, and it's Larry Cassidy, Darren Beatman, but Larry and Dandify just in front, and Dandify from Fawadi. Dead heat between Ben of War and Durham for third. And then Blue Cheetah followed up by Magic Ruby, Prince Brocco, Sibylline, Fearless Fred, Canadian Lynx, and last of all, Comet Dancer.
On the Super Tab there, number 3, Dandify, to return for the win as those dividends finalise on the screen. Number 3, Dandify, 261.30. 2, Fawadi to return, 340. Those for third. 1, Ben of War, 140. Or number 6, Durham, 370.
Over the last 150, and Dandify doing a shade too well. Number 3 at 260 and 140. Second will be number 2, Fawadi, Darren Beatman. It will pay a dividend of $2.90, and number 1 is third, Ben of War, ridden by Chris Muntz, has paid $1.30. 3-2-1, Dandify, first up since the 4th of March. Lovely filly by Dane Hill from Mannerism. They don't come much better bred, do they? She's a 2-year-old bay, raced by Mr. Jeff and Mrs. Beryl White, trained for them by Jack Denham, with Larry Cassidy aboard, and the fillies run 110.95 there. 110.95. That is only 0.09 outside of the race record held jointly by Kutamutu and Grey Coup. And ironically, both Jack Denham trained horses. So this filly has run very, very good time, and the sectional run was 35.59, 35.59. The exotics, the Quinella at 19 even, exacta 27.30, trifecta at $62. So, Dandify proving a little too good. Fawadi had a lovely run in transit. Dandify had a beautiful run. But Ben of War, well, he led first up at Wyong, and then at Canterbury he was a little slowly away, and he has come from midfield. Today he was up.
Ball's back, they're off and running, and Vermont missed it about 3 or 4 lengths, stayed in the gate. And one of the best away here is Burrowy Lord out towards the centre, jumped out quickly with Logician Cool Groom. It's travelling forward now, and further out in the track, Bone Jolter may be rough. Then Cashiolite as they hop over the second. Further back in the race then when they settle down would have been Bush Star, Jarl and Vermont last of all. They've gone over their first 2 fences, to the back the first time, Logician in front, a half-length Burrowy Lord, 2.5 further back Bone Jolter, a length and a half Cool Groom fourth, 2 lengths further back maybe rough. The inside Cashiolite, 1 further back then Bush Star, followed by Jarl as they come to the first of 2 along the back, and 3 lengths last of all is Vermont. They've gone over the first of 2. Here's the second, Burrowy Lord, jumping well on the outside's gone up to a Logician, and they moved away about 6 lengths in front of Bone Jolter, a length and a half Cool Groom, 2 to maybe rough is running 5th from Cashiolite, a length and a half Jarl, then came Bush Star and a length Vermont last of all. The double down the side of the school. Here they come to it. Burrowy Lord and Logician jumping together about 8 in front of Bone Jolter. 2 lengths further back, Cool Groom from Maybe Rough Jarl. Vermont picking up ground, followed by Cashiolite. And over on the inside there, Bush Star. Second of the double, Burrowy Lord got over it, nearly a length in front of Logician. Who's eased back as they come back through the gap. And Burrowy Lord has found the fence now, about a neck in front of Logician. It'll keep him honest up on the outside, and they've moved about 8 lengths in front from Bone Jolter. Outside it may be rough, a length further back, 5th Cool Groom. 2 to Jarl, 1 then to Bush Star. then Cashiolite and 2 E's back again as Vermont last of all. 2,000 out now. Logician now takes it up. Here's the one in front of the stand. She jumped it well, a length in front. From on the inside is Burrowy Lord. They're about 4 or 5 in front of Maybe Rough, nice and handy. Up on the outside of Bone Jolder with a lap to go. 2 to Cool Groom. 3/4 Jarl, a length and a half Bush Star. 1 to Cashiolite and 3 last of all Vermont. Logician the leader going out with about 1,700 metres to go. In the first, the chase, a length and a half Burrowy Lord, a length and a half Bone Jolder, a half Maybe Rough. Over on the inside, Cool Groom, 2 for the back Bush Star. Outside on the outside of those is Jarl, who's following Maybe Rough, a length and a half Cashiolite, and 2 Vermont last of all. They've gone a circuit. Here's the double coming up, and again Burrowy Lord pushed forward. He took it up now from Logician and moved 2 lengths in front. Here's the second of the double now, and Burrowy Lord jumped it well. A length and a half Logician, 2 for the backbone Jolder. A length into Maybe Rough. He's nice and handy, about 3 lengths off them. Then Cool Green, 5th the inside from Jarl. Then Bush Star, 2 lengths Cashiolite, and 2 to Vermont. Logician now has another crack at Burrowy Lord. They've been swapping for the lead as they go along the back. 1,000 to go. 5 fences out. Logician 3/4 Burrowy Lord. A length further back than Maybe Rough, first to the double. Bone Jolder and Cool Groom, then Jarl, followed by Bush Star, Cashiolite and Vermont. As they go over the second of the double there's only about 5-6 lengths. First to last, and Logician moved on about 2 in front. 3 fences to go, 850 out. Logician got 2 lengths in front of Burrowy Lord. Maybe Rough and Jarl. Over on the inside there is Bush Star, who saved some ground from Cool Groom. Further back, Bone Jolder. Over the third last, Logician, giving them something to chase and got away. He moved 3 lengths in front. From on the outside, Jarl running home well. There followed a length, Burrowy Lord. 2 to Maybe Rough. Cashiolite around it. Over the second last, Logician. Landed 4 lengths to Jarl, and then Burrowy Lord. Maybe Rough has gone. Moving to 4th is Cashiolite. Then further back in the race, Bush Star. Cool Groom not doing enough, neither's Vermonti. They've got to get Logician on the turn, 1 fence to go. He's 3 in front of Jarl, who's pulling good ground. 4 lengths, Burrowy Lord, Cashiolite. Logician off the fence in front, Jarl finishing well. Here's the last fence coming up. Logician, Jarl come over it. Jarl with a great leap. Hit the front on the inside from Logician. Jarl going home better. Takes to the fencing for the first time and gets the money. Jarl 1.5 Logician. 7 away third, I'd say Cashiolite just from Burrowy Lord. A gap then in the race, Vermont never came into it from Bush Star. And a couple of big flops here. Further back, Bone Jolder, Cool Groom, favourite, last.
3 Jarl, 770, 220. Number 10 Logician, 510. 9 Cashiolite, 530.
3 Jarl to return 740 210, 10 Logician 420 and 9 Cashiolite $4.50 after race number 1 on the program at Moonee Valley. Getting set at the Gold Coast for race number 2. That will be followed by the first in Adelaide today. And Adelaide race number 1, the updated figures: 1 March Pass 350 180 in favour.
And they're off this time. Briannon got out pretty well from the inside gate and going up smartly as Ozdance looking for the lead, but Charming Lass will head the lot. And as they settle down at the end of a couple of hundred, Charming Lass from Ozdance and Briannon, and then In Search and Sun Silk. About 2 lengths to Herbal racing over on the inside of No Limit, and a couple to Heather on the outside of Prophet's Kiss. Past the 1,000 they go, and the locally trained Charming Lass makes play 3/4 to a length on Ozdance. Third posse is Briannon. Sun Silk is running 4th. In Search is next, followed by No Limit. Then the stablemates Herbal on the inside of Heather, and a couple of lengths to Prophet's Kiss. No variation, working their way down past the 700, and Charming Lass making play. She's under a good hold here for Darren Beatman. She's 3/4 to a length still on Ozdance. On the inside, third is Briannon. Sun Silk is travelling 4th, followed by In Search, No Limit, Heather, Herbal, and 2 lengths to Prophet's Kiss. Basically no change from the word go, and as they swing now, it's Charming Lass given a bit more range by Beatman, and she set sail for the judge, a length on Ozdance. Briannon the inside. Silk, and then comes Heather. Herbal's back second last, 250 to go. Beatman pulls the Persuader now on Charming Lass. Briannon is tackling along the inside, a length to Heather the outside, and then a gap to In Search. Charming Lass in front, Heather and Briannon, particularly Heather. Heather after Charming Lass, Heather doing too well, and Heather gets there, a well-deserved win. Heather from Charming Lass and Briannon. Herbal next. She'll improve a lot with that run under her belt. And then came In Search, Ozdance, No Limit, Sun Silk and Prophet's Kiss. Last from Barrier to Box.
Number 2, Heather, to pay 230 130. 4 Charming Lass 287, Briannon 230.
Afternoon, senior jockey aboard today, Larry Cassidy, and $2.20 for every dollar on the win tote in New South Wales, and $1.20 on the place tote. Number 4 is second, Charming Lass, Darren Beatman. So Darren's run second in the first two races to Larry Cassidy, $2.80. And the third going to number 7, and that's Brianne Chris Months, and her dividend is $2.60. If you've got the Quinella, $14.30 is the return, exacta of $17.30, and the trifecta is $135.40.
They're off and running. Left the gate well, the field too. One of the best away here would have been Crown Council. Jumped in front of Moderator and Quit Smoke on the inside from Polish Echo. Further out on the track, Amber Sky is pushing forward outside, and it's going quickly to take it up now, Amber Sky. It's gone to the front now from Moderator. Up third, Connemara Bell. Polish Echo pushing up in the middle. The inside there is Crown Council. 2 lengths, Quit Smoking Archley. 2 to Senate Pete, and 2 last of all along the back is Buster Dream. At the 1,000 now, and the leader here, Amber Sky, a length and a half in front of Moderator. A length further back then Crown Council. Polish Echo the centre. Connemara Bell the grey out 3 deep. A length and a half Archley. A neck then Quit Smoking. 2 to Senate Pete, about 8 off them. And 2 lengths last of all off the back now Buster Dream. 700 out. Over on the inside Amber Sky, a length and a half in front of Moderator. Out wide is Connemara Bell. Polish Echo the white cap fourth back in the middle. Behind it is Archley, and then Senate Pete pulled out deep. The inside Crown Council as they get out a little wide from Quit Smoking and pull to the outside Buster Dream off the back of the 400, and Polish Echo quickly got to the front out in the middle. Here's Senate Pete with a run. Connemara Bell back in the middle, a length into Archley running on. Polish Echo in front, Senate Pete the tackler up to the turn. They get away 2.5 in front of Archley. Then Amber Sky. Senate Pete takes the lead from Polish Echo. 200 to go. Senate Pete drew a half in front of Polish Echo. They got up between them from Archley. Senate Pete got a length in front of Polish Echo Archley. Then further back is Buster Dream, 98.5 coming up for Preble, and Senate Pete. 2 good wins, nearly a length. Polish Echo, a half away third Archley, a gap then Buster Dream. Then came further back Amber Sky. Quit Smoking, well back Connemara Bell, ran a race to the turn from Crown Council, and Moderator last of all.
Number 1, Senate Pete, $2.50, $1.50. 2 Polish Echo, $1.60, and 3 Archley.
Okay, number 1, Senate Pete there to pay $2.50, $1.40. 2 Polish Echo, $1.60, and 3 Archley to return $1.80.
That's the way they were in the market, 1, 2, 3 and 132.4. Yeah, wound up with a swooping run. Around them he came, or probably about 6 to 7 out. He and Polish Echo, they made their runs well out in the middle of the track, coming down the side, and he quickly got to Polish Echo. And although he's giving Polish Echo some 4.5, it made no difference. He's a very serious galloper, this. And Polish...
They're racing. Pretty level dispatch to Boldolero, the smartest out, going up very quickly. Grand Performance looking for the lead, and she'll take it from Boldolero. Lady of Letters in the third posse, followed on the outside by Stormy Day. About 3 lengths further off Wiley, some 2 lengths then coming Consequences and Hemingway, and 3 or 4 to Touch of Bros, and last of all, and a long way back, is Rainbows Are Real. They work past the 750, and the leader is Grand Performance. She's out by nearly 2 lengths now, Boldolero. A length and a half third Lady of Letters, followed a similar margin away by Stormy Day. Hemingway on its inside, 2.5 to Consequences, and then Wiley, some 3 to Touch of Bros, and last of all is Rainbows Are Real. It's Grand Performance, the leader, the 2 to 1 tote favourite in New South Wales. She straightens up more than a length on Boldolero, followed by Lady of Letters, then Hemingway the inside, at the head of the others Stormy Day, and on the extreme outside is Wiley. Now Grand Performance taking a little bit less a step as Boldolero pounced on Grand Performance. Wiley is trying to pick up Boldolero, but Boldolero more than a length clear from Grand Performance and Wiley, and down to the line goes Boldolero to win it well. Boldolero beat Grand Performance or Wiley, close for second and third, and then came on the inside Hemingway, Lady of Letters, followed by Stormy Day. Good margin off Touch of Bros, Consequences, and last of all Rainbows Are Real.
2 Boldolero, $6.30, $1.70. 1 Grand Performance, $1.40, and 3 Wiley to pay $1.70.
Number 2, Boldolero, has paid $6.10 and $1.80. Very consistent horse from the Gerald Ryan stables here. And Boldolero has been able to make it 4 wins from 10 starts. Brian York for Mr. Eric and Mrs. J.L. Carleones, the winner by Snardee from Nakiska, a Grosvenor mare, and as I say, Gerald Ryan putting the polish on him. He's had... from his last 5 starts, 3 wins and 2 seconds. Number 1 is second. That is Grand Performance. Hugh Bowman has paid $1.60. And number 3, Wiley, written by Rodney Quinn in third spot, has paid $1.60. Quinella here, $8.20. Exacta $20.90. Trifecta $48.80. The overall time was 1:10.63, and the sectional was 34.42. The official fourth went to number 5. So, too good. Boldolero in race number 3. He was up there with the lead right throughout, coming back from 1350 to 1200. Didn't worry him in the least, and he's a pretty strong horse, and he outgunned them to win nicely. 1 3/4 the winning margin, with a half.
2 over on the inside, Baringa Babe away quickly. Sempre Bene heading forward. Up on the outside is Balonic, and Easy Score's got some speed when they settle down with Indecorous. Baringa Babe keeps the rail down at the winning post from Indecorous. Easy Score. Sempre Bene is 3 and 4 out going forward now. Further back, Spring Hill Express, followed by Balonic. Qualea the inside, about 2 further back, Miss Cherie, 3 then Danaka. Outside at Kimona, and 3 last of all, Voodaloo. Even speed down at the 1550, and the leader is Indecorous. About a length in front of Sempre Bene, a length further back, Baringa Babe third. Easy Score fourth. They're followed by Balonic, 3 deep around Spring Hill Express. Qualea the fence, 2 to Miss Cherie, 2 Danaka outside at Kimona, and 2 to Voodaloo. Around the turn at the 1350 at the bottom turn, and the leader Indecorous carts them into the back by just over a length to Sempre Bene. Baringa Babe is third, the fence, a length further back, fourth, the outside Easy Score. The next trio in the race are Balonic out 3 deep around Spring Hill Express. Qualea the inside, a length and a half, Miss Cherie. Tanaka inside it. Kimona goes up 3 deep, and 2 last of all, Voodaloo. 9.50 out, and Sempre Bene takes on Indecorous up in front. It's Sempre Bene about a neck in front of Indecorous, 2 to Easy Score. Baringa Babe a neck away, fourth, the fence, 1 Spring Hill Express. Out about 3 deep, fifth. Just behind it then came Balonic. Then came Qualea as they come wide from Miss Cherie. Kimona coming very deep back to the inside, Danaka and Voodaloo. They're spread right across the track down at the 600-metre mark. And it's Sempre Bene about a neck in front now from Balonic. A length Spring Hill Express. Kimona up outside it. Voodaloo winding up a gap. Indecorous struggling from Miss Cherie. Then Baringa Babe at the 450 now. Balonic took the lead from Sempre Bene. Spring Hill Express back to the inside, hard ridden. Running on out wider on the track. Then Kimona and Voodaloo with a run. Around the turn, the leader here is Balonic from Kimona, and Voodaloo getting the last crack at them from Sempre Bene. In the straight though, Balonic a length in front of Kimona. Voodaloo coming down the middle. The leader ducking back to the fence, but it's Balonic nicely clear. Voodaloo won't get it, and Balonic, too good, wins 2.5 Voodaloo. A length Kimona third, a gap Sempre Bene. Then Spring Hill Express, a good gap Miss Cherie. Then Baringa Babe, followed by Easy Score. Then Indecorous, well back Danaka, and last of all Qualea.
967 at Kembla at Moonee Valley. Number 8, the winner, Balonics, paid $8.70, $2.40. 1 Voodaloo, $1.80. 7 Kimona, $3.10.
Number 8, Balonic to return, $8.40, $2.30. 1 Voodaloo to pay $1.80, and 7 Kimona to pay $3.30. The National Racing Service, Triple S FM.